What's up guys, my name is Kai and welcome back to my channel Street Beast TV. In this video, I'm going to show you guys what I do as a warm-up before I train for Ninja, or really any training that I do. I'm going to do this warm-up before I get into it. So I'm going to go through each individual exercise that I do for my warm-up, and I'm going to tell you how to do it and also why I do it. Keep in mind that also my warm-ups constantly change. And my warm-up 6 months ago was different than it is right now, and that's just because I get different information from videos and articles, and I was like, ooh, I want to implement that. So it's changing. But this is what it is as of right now in 2020. Most of the stuff that I get for my warm-up routine comes from Ido Portal, Unity Gym, and Faris Zahabi. And I'm gonna link all their channels in the description below if you wanna check them out. They have really cool content. I can't stress enough how important warm-ups are, guys, especially for injury prevention. There could be so many injuries that I've had in the past that could have been prevented if I did my warm-up and like recovery routines consistently. So make sure whatever your warm-up is, it's individual to you. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna actually do it. You're gonna pick exercises that you're actually gonna do. So don't pick exercises that you hate, because then you might end up skipping the warm-up completely and you might get into a habit. Finally, my warm-up ranges between like 10 to 20 minutes. I have like a total of maybe like 12 or 15 exercises, I'm not sure. But depending on the day, depending on what I'm training, depending on what muscles feel sore or tight, that will determine what warm-up I do. So sometimes I'll only pick 5 of the exercises that I do for a certain day. Sometimes I'll do 10 exercises depending on how I'm feeling. Again, sometimes I'll spend more time in an exercise than I usually do if I really need it in that body part. My warm-ups vary from day to day, but I'm gonna go through all the exercises that I could possibly do, and then I'll just pick from those exercises depending on the training session. Anyways, let's get into this video.
3 things I do before I start my warm-up. 1, I always warm up with gloves, because as ninjas, we all know what it's like to rip and even stop training because our skin hurts too much. So I don't want to waste my skin in the warm-up, and gloves definitely fix that issue. 2, I've been wearing Halo headphones for a while now, and I can make a separate video talking about Halo, but basically it's steroids for the part of your brain that's responsible for learning skills and muscle memory. Crazy, right? Leave a comment down below if you want me to talk more about Halo. And 3, make sure you stay hydrated, guys. I always drink plenty of water before, during, and after training. Okay guys, so the first thing I want to do is to start to increase my body temperature. And I find the best way to do that for me is with jump roping and or burpees. You can choose whichever temperature rising exercise you prefer. These are just the ones that I prefer. I don't ever skip this one. Next, I like to foam roll all the major muscle groups. Personally, I use both a massage gun and a vibrating foam roller, and I'll do this for about 5 minutes total. It's just a brief massage to start loosening and getting the blood flowing throughout your muscles. Also, here's where I might spend extra time on muscles that are more sore or tighter than usual. I definitely try not to skip this one. For my wrists and forearms, I like to start with this specific foam roller just because I can grip it better than the black one. My wrist and forearm warm-up is very important to me because I broke my wrist before, and I always have to make sure I warm up my wrist's mobility, so I never skip this one. But if I didn't have a wrist injury, then this might be one that I wouldn't mind skipping once in a while. So really just getting my wrist to go through a few different ranges of motion. First by using a foam roller, then by massaging each forearm with my knee. Really trying to challenge my forearm flexibility as I do each exercise. I'll then finish off with some push-ups and sometimes handstand push-ups against a wall. Next, I'll get into some shoulder mobility. Taking care of our shoulders is very important for Ninja Warrior because of how much impact they take with all the laches and explosive upper body movements we do. So here I just use a very light resistance band, going up and down with my arms while making small circular motions. Then I'll switch the circular motions with a forward and back motion. Finally ending with a full range of motion circles, making sure to also engage my chest and back. After all this, I'll repeat the same routine, but facing the bands this time. Next, I'll go into my dead hang mobility, and I'll start by using just a regular dead hang with a slight side-to-side swing. Then I'll gradually swing a little more aggressively while widening my grip on the bar. This one is one of my favorites because you can really feel your lats loosening as you do this. Another good dead hang stretch is using a reverse grip, trying to be as straight as possible and feeling the stretch in your forearms. I'll then do 5 pull-ups to get more blood pumping in my arms. Finally, I'll end with a few skin the cats. If you do these, make sure to go really slow or you could hurt your shoulders. Stick mobility is a new one for me, so bear with me because I'm really bad at this one, but it's a great challenge for your shoulder mobility. The goal is to hold the bar about double shoulder width apart the entire time while rotating your shoulders to get the bar to touch your lower back, then reset. As you can see, my shoulder mobility is not the greatest because my grip keeps sliding as I do this, but it's still a great shoulder warm-up regardless. Finally, I like to end with weighted squats if that's available where I'm training. This is especially great for the IT band and the hip flexors, which I tend to be pretty tight in. So I let the weight of the bar bring me all the way down, and then I'll start to slightly bounce, trying to get lower after every bounce. Then I'll end with shifting one knee to the ground and alternate a few times before standing back up. And now I'm ready to train on obstacles. But before I do, I always like to do a few very easy laches for about 3 minutes, just to make sure my shoulders are ready for any high impact obstacles.
Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what are some of your favorite warm-up exercises. I would love to know. As always, hard work over talent. Eat plants, better workouts. I'm out.
Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out, can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out, and my high harass. I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse, till the roof comes off, till the lights go